Hello? Who's there? Is there anyone alive out there? Wait, you don't look like the Arlessa's guards. Are you from outside the castle?
Yeah, I came in
There's
through
a
secret tunnel.
Then why hasn't anyone in the castle used it? We could all have escaped by now.
I wondered that myself, actually.
Curious. None of this makes any sense. Not that anyone cares much what I think. My name is Jowan. I'm a mage Lady Isolde hired to tutor her son Connor. Until they, threw me into the dungeon here.
So you're the one who poisoned the
I'm
Ark.
not proud of it. The Arlessa had no idea what I was hired to do when she took me in to tutor Connor. I know it looks suspicious, but I'm not responsible for the creatures and the killings in the castle. I was already imprisoned when all that began. At first, Lady Isolde came here with her men, demanding that I reverse what I'd done. I thought she meant my poisoning of the Arl. That's the first I heard about the walking corpses. She thought I'd summoned a demon to torment her family and destroy Redcliffe. She had me tortured. There was nothing I could do or say that would appease her. So they left me to rot.
Huh. So, did you summon this demon?
No, I know nothing about summoning demons.
Then how did you learn blood magic? I'm sorry if that came as a spoiler to anybody, but blood magic is normally learned by making a deal with demons, according to what I've read most of the time in the Codex and what I've seen most of the time in the game. So this guy has no idea how to summon demons. Did he just find a book on blood magics hidden somewhere in the mage tower and start reading through it and learning it that way? Unless, of course, communicating with a demon to get blood magic doesn't require you summoning them. Which would be odd, because then wouldn't they want you to know how to, quote-unquote, summon them so that they could possibly possess said mage that they've just given the blood magic ability to? I'm thinking about this too much. Let's get on with the story before I slow this down even further. Why did the Arlessa hire you to tutor her son?
Lady Isolde was looking for a mage to tutor Connor secretly. Teyrn Loghain found out and he sent me. I was to use the opportunity to poison the Arl. I was told that Arl Eamon was a threat to Ferelden, that if I dealt with him, Loghain would settle matters with the Circle. You see, I'm a Malifika, a blood mage.
You? A blood mage? Truly? I would never have guessed.
A blood mage? Well, that isn't good.
I dabbled in the forbidden arts, and they condemned me to death for it. I thought Loghain was giving me a chance to redeem myself. But he's abandoned me here, hasn't he? Everything's fallen apart, and I'm responsible. I have to make it right somehow. I have to.
Why is Arl Eamon a threat, exactly?
He only said that Arl Eamon was dangerous to the nation. Why wouldn't I believe Teyrn Loghain?
So, Teyrn Loghain himself hired you?
Yes. When the Templars caught me, they brought me to Denerim to await execution. Eventually, someone came to see me, alone. It was the Terran. I'd seen paintings of him, so I knew. I thought he'd have me executed right there. But he said I could make up for my crime. He said I would be helping the country.
Why are you so eager to
I'm
make
not allowed
things right?
regrets. I've made a stupid mistake at the Circle, and now I've made an even greater one. I'm not a bad person. There's no reason for you to believe me, but I'm not. I have to make up for what I've done. I have to try.
But, okay. I would think it would be obvious at this point, but apparently the game is going to force us to ask this question. Why did the Arlessa need a mage to tutor
Connor
her
had
son?
started to show signs. Lady Isolde was terrified the circle of magi would take him away for training.
Connor? A mage? I can't believe it.
She sought an apostate, a mage outside the circle, to teach her son in secret so he could learn to hide his talent. Her husband had no idea.
How much magic did you teach? So perhaps her son is responsible
I
for
thought
what
that
happened.
too. Connor has little knowledge of magic, but he may have done something to tear open the veil. With the veil to the Fade torn, spirits and demons could infiltrate the castle. Powerful ones could kill and create those walking corpses.
How much magic did you teach
Some,
Connor?
but he's still very young. He can barely cast a minor spell, never mind something more powerful. At least not intentionally. Like I said, he may have torn the veil accidentally. If he's involved in this at all, I really don't know.
I see. I think I understand.
I never meant for it to end like this. I swear. Let me help you fix this.
I say this boy could still be of use to us, but if not, then let him go. Why keep him prisoner here?
Hey, let's not forget he's a blood mage. You can't just set a blood mage free.
Better to slay him. Better to punish him for his choices. Is this Alistair who speaks, or the Templar?
I'd say it's common sense. We don't even know the whole story yet.
He wishes to redeem himself. Doesn't everyone deserve that chance?
Like
these two agree.
yourself, you mean?
Everyone deserves a chance to redeem themselves in the Maker's eyes. This man, no less than any.
I don't know. He is a blood mage. But this is an unusual situation.
Give me a chance, please.
So, how will you make things right?
Well, I tried to save anyone still up there. There must be something I can do.
And after that, what
Afterwards,
happens?
I assume I'll be arrested, or executed, or whatever people like me get. I'm tired of running from the circle. I need to account for what I've done.
It's commendable if
I'm
it's
glad
true.
you think so. So what now?
I'm letting you out of your cell. Don't try
Letting
it.
me out? And what then?
Well, you come with me, that's what.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. I'd like to help out, but I'm not so sure I want to follow you into danger exactly.
You know, then help. Just
I
don't
won't,
make things
I
worse.
promise. I will find a way to fix this somehow.
Okay, Alistair disapproves. Morgan approves +7. Alistair disapproves -5. And Liliana approves +2. I'm going to read the Codex entry real quick. Apostates. It is not uncommon for the neophyte to mistake apostates and Maleficarum as one and the same. Indeed, the Chantry has gone to great lengths over the centuries to establish that this is so. The truth, however, is that while an apostate is often a Maleficar, he need not be so. A Maleficar is a mage who employs forbidden knowledge, such as blood magic and the summoning of demons, whereas an apostate is merely any mage who does not fall under the auspices of the Circle of Magi and therefore the Chantry. They are hunted by the Templars, and quite often they will turn to forbidden knowledge in order to survive, but it would be a lie to say that all apostates begin that way. Historically, apostates become such in one of two ways. They are either mages who have escaped from the circle, or mages who were never part of it to begin with. This latter category includes that what we tend to refer to as hedge mages, those with magical ability out of the hinterlands who follow a different magical tradition than our own. Some of these hedge mages are not even aware of their nature. Undeveloped, their abilities can express themselves in a variety of ways which the head mage might attribute to faith or will or to another being entirely, depending on his nature. Some of these traditions are passed down from generation to generation, as with the so-called witches of the Chastened Wilders or the shamans of the Avar barbarians. No matter how a mage has become an apostate, the Chantry treats them alike. Templars begin a systematic hunt to bring the apostate to justice. In almost all cases, justice is execution. If there is some overriding reason the mage should live, the right of tranquility is employed instead. Whether we of the Circle of Mage believe the system fair is irrelevant. It is what it is. From Patterns Within Form by Halden, First Enchanter of Starkhaven, 880 Blessed. Yeah, no, that's not fair. That is actually quite messed up, and they need a new system. Blood Magic, the Forbidden School. Foul and corrupt are you who have taken my gift and turned it against my children. Transfigurations, 1810. The ancient inventors did not originally consider blood magic a school of its own. Rather, they saw it as a means to achieve greater power in any school of magic. The name, of course, refers to the fact that magic of this type uses life, specifically in the form of blood instead of mana. It was common practice at one time for a magister to keep a number of slaves on hand. Not on one hand, that's impossible. So that, should he undertake the working of a spell that was physically beyond his abilities, he could use the blood of his slaves to bolster the casting. Over time, however, the Imperium discovered types of spells that could only be worked by blood. Although lyrium will allow a mage to send his conscious mind into the Fade, blood would allow him to find the sleeping minds of others, view their dreams, and even influence or dominate their thoughts. Just as treacherous, blood magic allows the veil to be opened completely so that demons may physically pass through it into our world. The rise of the Chant of Light and the subsequent fall of the old Imperium has led to blood magic being all but stamped out, as it should be, for it poses nearly as great a danger to those who would practice it as to the world at large. From the Four Schools, a treatise, I don't know exactly how to pronounce that word, by First Enchanter Josephus. Well, now that that bit of history lessons is done, or at least further exploring the world of Dragon Age via reading a bunch of stuff, I will search through this now abandoned dungeon area to see if there's anything I can loot, because I need cash really badly. Hi, pile of filth and that lifestone that just so happens to be sitting there. Hi, random note. A rolled up note. I hope whoever finds this can read it. I hate the thought that my last words might be used as kindling or maker forbid to wipe someone's bum, but that's happenstance for you, I suppose. My name is Brennan. I was born in Rainsphere. I grew apples once upon a time. When the Orlesians came to demand I bow to their emperor, I turned them away. They set fire to my orchards, to my house too, but I didn't care. I stood and watched them burn. Trees die eventually. Houses fall, but my honor can be lost only if I let it. They came back a week later and demanded that I swear an oath. This time, when I refused, they clapped me in irons. Now I'm here, and I'll die in this place. It seems a foolish thing to die for, doesn't it? I could have said a few words and rebuilt my home, gone on with my life as if nothing had changed. 100 generations of my family have lived and died on that land, and I won't be the one to trade our family honor for apples. Whoever you are, whatever they've brought you here for, if you leave this place, I hope you'll go to Rainsphere. There's no living remnant of us left there, but you'll find my family all the same. We're stamped onto the earth. We're in the wind that rustles the trees. Tell my family how I died, and I promise you they'll hear. Brandon. That's an interesting story.